as port technology expertise. Classic Busan will hold a special lecture series exploring the life and music of Beethoven ahead of the official opening of the Busan Concert Hall in June. The series is part of a pre-performance program designed to help audiences gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of classical music by exploring the philosophy, history, and aesthetics embedded in the works and lives of composers. A total of 7 lectures will be held from May 23rd to June 14th. In international news, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that he is willing to accept Russian President Vladimir Putin's offer for direct talks on the 15th in Istanbul, Turkey. This move follows a failed 72-hour ceasefire and is seen as a response to increased Western pressure. European leaders and U.S. President Trump have called for a 30-day ceasefire, warning of more military aid and sanctions if Russia refuses. President Putin stressed that this talk would be the first step toward long-term peace. In response, President Trump expressed support for an unconditional ceasefire during a joint call with the European leaders. And now for today's weather. It is a sunny day with current temperatures around 22 degrees Celsius. It will drop to 13 degrees in the evening. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You are listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Kimberly An. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
We're diving into a trap so many of us fall into, the myth of multitasking. You know the feeling, juggling emails, texting, maybe sneaking a peek at social media, all while thinking you're crushing it. But here's the kicker. Our brains aren't wired to handle it as well as we think. In fact, research shows multitasking can tank our productivity by up to 40%. Stay with us as we explore why we're so drawn to this habit and how it's holding us back. You might just rethink that next attempt to do it all at once. It's Monday, May 12th, 2025, and this is Midday Mate. Let's get started.
But sometimes it's too much. If we never try, how will we know, baby, how far this thing could go? Give me a sign if I'm on your mind. I don't wanna fall in love alone. I wish that I could tell what you were thinking. sometimes it's too much. If we never try, how will we know, baby, how far this thing could go? Give me a sign if I'm on your mind. I don't wanna fall in love. I don't wanna fall in love alone. We never try. How will we know you, baby? How far this thing could just how far this thing will go? Give me a sign. If I'm on your mind, I don't wanna fall in I don't wanna fall. I don't wanna fall in love alone. You just need to be right here next to me, next to me, next to me. I don't wanna be without you, baby, anymore. I don't wanna fall. I don't wanna fall in love. I can't fall. I don't wanna fall. I don't wanna fall in love alone.
And that was Fall in Love Alone by Stacey Ryan. This is a soulful pop ballad by Canadian singer-songwriter Stacey Ryan. The song delves into the vulnerability of developing feelings for someone who struggles with commitment, capturing the fear of unreciprocated love. With jazz-infused chords and heartfelt lyrics like "It's electric every time we touch," the track resonates with listeners navigating the complexities of modern relationships. Stacey's emotive vocals and intricate harmonies add depth to this introspective piece. Stacey's music seamlessly blends jazz, pop, and soul elements, showcasing her versatility and emotive storytelling. Her unique sound has captivated a global audience, establishing her as a rising star in the contemporary music scene. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Monday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM if you're a mate in the Kijang, Cheongwon, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a restful weekend. It was such beautiful weather. A little bit of wind on Saturday, but lots of sunshine yesterday. And so I hope you're fully refreshed and ready to defeat the week for work. So, coming up on the show for today, we have for hour number 1, Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today, we're going to be talking about the multitasking myth. Why we're not as good as we think. Because many people do multitask, and sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I'm so good at it. I can do lots of different things at one time. But really, maybe we're not so good, and maybe it brings down our productivity. So we're going to dive into that for Listomania, so stay tuned for that. After Listomania, since today is Monday, we have the other side of OOTD, outfit of the day. We're going to discover the culture and trends that shape style, and Steve will be in the studio shortly for that. And then moving along to hour number 2, we're going to start off with today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And after that, we'll have Byte-sized banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. After Byte-sized banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And since, again, today is Monday, we'll be going into a new TV series this week. After Don't Make a Scene, we'll end the show with Change Up, where we practice expressing one idea in countless different ways. It's a fun and effective way to sharpen your skills. And we have lots of people coming into our YouTube live chat this afternoon. I'm so happy. Hello, hello. Juliet-님 came in 1등 in our chat and says, I'm so proud of myself. Congratulations, Juliet-님. You beat Benny-님 today. And Benny-님 also in here. And 사랑니 요정님, hello, hello. And also we have Sangmin Park-님. I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. Let's get the show started, right? So first, our question of the day and text topic. It's about, of course, multitasking. Are you a natural-born plate spinner? Meaning, are you really good at multitasking? Or do you tend to drop all the balls? Meaning, you're not very good at multitasking. So which one are you? And tell me why. Multitasking, are you a natural-born plate spinner or do you tend to drop all the balls and why? 나는 멀티태스킹 체질이다 vs 아니다. 그리고 그 이유는 무엇인가요? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101, which is a pig one. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can download our app, listen to our programs, and leave us comments after logging in. And you know what? I think I already know Sangmin Park's answer because you know what? Sangmin Park always comes into our show and says that he is watching or listening to some English and Chinese radio shows also. So very good at multitasking there, listening to two different things at the same time. Very good, Sangmin Park-님. But let us know, are you good at multitasking? Do you think you are? And now I'll be right back with Listomania after the song. Here is Nice to See You by Van Sire featuring Floor Cry.
It's safe to say that tape were made for replaying scenes, but I'm too pensive to decide what's real. All 'cause you left me with a heart chock full of chills.
In the morning sun, you and I are one. Fingers through my hair, feel them everywhere. Don't know what to think. Am I still dreaming? You're so perfect, baby. Were you made for me?
Nice to see you. How you doing? Did you know you're really something? You make me feel things I don't believe in. It's all up in my heart and all up in my spine. Those chills. Hope it works out in the long run.
I think about
And that was Nice to See You by Vansire featuring Floor Cry. And now it's time for Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about multitasking. So, are you a good multitasker, or are you a person that needs to do one thing, finish it, and then move on to the next? For me personally, I think I am good at multitasking. And I'll say that before I read today's Listomania because my answer may change at the end of our segment. But I always thought I was good at multitasking, but we shall see. My husband, on the other hand, cannot multitask for his life. He has to only do one thing at a time. And even if he's doing something and when I ask him a question, he can't hear me. His ears are blocked or something. So we're going to be talking about the multitasking myth. Why we're not as good as we think. So today we're diving into multitasking misjudgment. The belief that we can juggle multiple tasks like pros. Spoiler, science says otherwise. Let's explore this in 4 parts. 1, what multitasking misjudgment is. 2, why our brains struggle with it. 3, the real world consequences. And 4, the practical ways to break the habit. First up, what is multitasking misjudgment? So what exactly does this mean? It's when we overestimate our ability to handle several tasks at once. Picture yourself, you're answering emails, texting, and also looking at some social media, all while thinking you're on top of it all. You got it all under control. Most of us have been there, but here is the catch. We're not as good as we think. A 2009 Stanford University study led by Professor Clifford Nass found that frequent multitaskers perform worse on cognitive tasks than those who focus on one thing. So those who multitask perform less and worse on these cognitive tasks using our brains compared to those who actually just focus on one thing before moving on to the next. They struggle to filter distractions and switch tasks efficiently, with productivity dropping by up to 40%. And that is a lot to be decreased by. And that's not just a minor hiccup, it's a major hit to how well we work. Also, we keep doing it because it feels productive even when it's not. So this is something for me too. Maybe this isn't 100% related because it's not something like super cognitive and I'm not using my brain fully. But when I'm in the kitchen, I like to multitask. I like to be cleaning fruits in one, and then I like to be boiling something else, and I like to be sauteing some other stuff, and I multitask in that sense. But sometimes I do get a little bit jumbled, so maybe that is a reason why. For part 2, why our brains can't keep up. So what is the science behind it? Why can't my brain really process everything? So our brains aren't built to handle multiple tasks simultaneously at the same time. It's just not how our brain is formed to function. Dr. Earl Miller, a neuroscientist at MIT, explains that what we call multitasking is actually rapid task switching. Each time you jump from writing an email to checking your phone, your brain has to reorient. And that comes with a task switching cost. These tiny delays add up, eating away at your focus. Research from Dr. Gloria Mark at UC Irvine shows it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully regain focus after an interruption. Can you imagine? You get interrupted and you have to take another 23 minutes in order to fully be focused on another thing. 23 minutes. So that quick glance at a notification isn't so quick after all. Plus, there's a psychological hook. Multitasking gives us a dopamine hit, making us feel busy and accomplished, even if we're spinning our wheels. up at part 3. We have the real world impact. Now let's talk about consequences, okay? Multitasking misjudgment isn't just about flubbing a task. It can have serious stakes. A 2014 study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that even brief interruptions like checking a text can double your error rate on a task. Imagine working on a report, getting distracted, and suddenly missing key details. It's frustrating and measurable. In higher stakes scenarios, the risks are even bigger. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports that distracted driving, often tied to multitasking like texting or fiddling with the radio even, contributes to about 9% of the fatal crashes in the United States. So even as you're driving, looking at your phone, texting, I know we're not supposed to be doing that, but some of us still do. And even when you're trying to, reach for the radio to change the station, or maybe you just want to turn on the air conditioning, things of that sort can also cause accidents later on. That is thousands of lives lost annually because someone thought that they could just handle it. Even in daily life, constantly splitting our attention means we're less present with the people and moments that matter. And for me, I try to multitask also on the show as I am going through the segment, and I'm also trying to read the comments to see if there are any good comments so I can add in. Sometimes I'm trying to read it and then it's in Korean and then my brain gets jumbled up and then I lose my train of thoughts. So sometimes it does have some consequences. So now, part 4. How to break the habit. So how do we outsmart this habit, right? Here are 4 practical strategies. First, embrace single tasking. Do one thing at a time. Pick one task, set a timer for 25 minutes, and think the Pomodoro technique and focus. Dr. Mark's research shows this boosts flow and efficiency. Second, tame your environment. Turn off notifications or put your phone out of reach so you're not even going to reach for it and you can't touch it. A 2017 University of Texas study found that just having your phone nearby, even powered off, reduces cognitive capacity. So even if you have it near you but it's turned off, it's still giving your brain signs like, oh, should I check it? Should I check it? So just put it away. Put it in a different room. Third, prioritize using tools like the Eisenhower matrix to focus on what's urgent and important. And finally, give yourself permission to slow down. As Dr. Miller says, your brain is a sequential processor, meaning it does things in order, sequential order. It thrives on focus and not frenzy, on the chaotic mess of having to do multiple things at once. Try these 4 different steps and you'll likely notice a difference in your work and your peace of mind. So again, first, embrace single tasking. Second, tame your environment. Third, prioritize using tools. And also, finally, give yourself permission to just slow down. Take it easy, okay? So that's it for today's multitasking list for Listomania. I hope you'll take a moment to try single tasking this week and let me know, even if it's not today on the show, later on this week, if you tried single tasking, you're like, hey, Kimberly, that really helped. I didn't multitask and I was able to focus and I brought my productivity up by 200%. And I'll be like, yeah, good job. And we can also reference back to today's show. So again, that's it for today's Listomania. And now let's take a song break. Here is Remember by Ian Hooper.
There was a time for me to decide how to live, and I had it lied, but I kept it inside. Yeah, I hid it, but it opened my eyes the day that you died. I swear it did. And since then I have been running, and you will always be where home is. Yeah, you'll always be where home I carry you in every step I take. And you can never go, 'cause I won't let you fade. And I will always remember all that you did, like how you held me when I was a kid. I will always remember all that you said, like how broken hearts they always mend. And I know I am not alone, riding the highs and fighting the lows. I will always remember you, how you were, you were, you were. I got a call that changed my world in the blink of an eye. And then I saw even giants fall sometimes. I quit it all, my house, my job, so I could fly and spend just 1 minute more by your side. And you will always be where home is. Yeah, you'll always be where home is. Gig Harbor, Washington to Dublin, Ireland. I carry you in every step I take. And you can never go, 'cause I won't let you fade. And I will always remember all that you did, like how you held me when I was a kid. I will always remember all that you said, like how broken hearts they always mend. I know I am not alone, riding the highs and fighting the lows. I will always remember you, how you were, you were, you were. I will always remember you, how you were, you were, you were.
And welcome back. You just listened to Remember by Ian Hooper. And now our question of the day and text topic. It's about multitasking. Are you a natural born plate spinner, or do you tend to drop all the balls, and why? Meaning, are you good at multitasking or are you bad at multitasking? 나는 멀티태스킹 체질이다 vs 아니다. 그리고 그 이유는 무엇인가요? And I have an answer here from 사랑니 요정님, Wisdom Tooth Fairy님 saying, multitasking 어려워요. 집중이 안 됨. 하나 치워야 다음 것에 집중할 수 있음. Meaning multitasking is hard. I can't focus. I have to finish one thing before I can focus on the next. And yes, for me, I thought I was good at multitasking as I just said, but maybe I'm not so sure. But thank you for your answer, 사랑니 요정님. We have another answer from Benny님 saying, for me, the first option, and the reason is I am taking some time to do a lot of work and etc. So, meaning Benny님 is a good multitasker. And also I have an answer from Chae-sung-nim saying, if I do multitasking, I think it's probably going to be hectic. I can concentrate only on one task. Yes, and everyone, thank you for all of your answers. I do have a few other answers, but I'm going to save them for later on in the show. So we do have some more people coming into our YouTube live stream. Hello, Clean and Clean Nim, welcome, welcome. And we also have Marato Yonganim coming in. I hope you're all having a very good Monday. So again, everyone, are you good at multitasking or are you bad at multitasking? And tell me why you think so. Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us as a Kakao friend and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of your app stores. Download our app, listen to our programs, and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with our Monday segment. And welcome back, everyone, to the other side of OOTD, where we explore the culture and stories behind what we wear. And I am Kimberly, and I am joined here with...
Boom! Steve. Hey! Good to be back, and it's Happy Monday, guys.
Yes, happy Monday. I haven't seen you in so long.
Right? I think it's
Because-
about a year.
A year. Because last week was pre-recorded for Children's Day.
That's right.
And then I didn't see you.
Right.
Well, it's good to have you in the studio.
OOTD, I missed it. 좋아요.
좋아요.
돌아와서. So, 시작을 해야겠죠. We're
Yes.
not fashion experts, but
Yes.
we've done a lot of research, and we are here to talk about something that's caught our eye lately.
Yes. Why are people hanging plush toys or charms on their bags these days? No matter what age, right? I see it from elementary school, middle school, high school, college students, and even working class people. They're cute, colorful, but they're also everywhere.
I can totally agree to that. Because from teens to adults, it seems like everyone's accessorizing with tiny dolls or cartoon figures. But there's more to it than just decoration.
Yes. So, Steve, be honest. Have you ever had something hanging from your bag before? Like a
Okay.
little plushie?
It's kind of difficult question to me. But to be honest, of course I did. I
Really?
mean, like when I was in elementary school, the brand Kipu-Ting. Do you know that brand?
No.
It was really popular when I was in elementary school. So there was a line of bags with a character. I guess an orangutan or like a monkey.
Ah.
Like, you know this? 손 끼면
Yes.
You know that.
I know that. I've seen that backpack with that keychain
Right?
from my students in the 학원 before.
그쵸.
It was a 유행 long time ago too?
Yeah. Like around like 2010,
Oh.
2011. Yeah, that was like, it was
Interesting.
really huge. 엄청난 유행이었어요.
So you had that little orangutan on your backpack before?
Right.
I also did see my student have that and I was like, what is that? But now that you mentioned it was a trend a few years ago,
Yeah.
it's interesting now thinking back that he had it when it was like 2021.
2021. Oh, because like the thing is, like at the time I wasn't in Korea. I was in Vietnam in international school. So like that was a really huge thing inside there. But I don't know about Korea.
Well, he had it 2021, elementary school student.
Yep. How about you?
For me, I don't know. I don't think I've really... I mean, a long time ago in America, we had keychains. Like,
Keychains?
Because we had, a key to open our door. We didn't have like the ti-ti-ti-ti.
Keypad? Is
Yeah,
it?
keypad in America. So we had our key. And then when I was driving, I had my car key because it wasn't just a push for the engine long time ago. So then I had lots of keychains. Like if I went to Florida with my friends for vacation, I would buy like a souvenir and I add it to that.
Wow.
Things of that sort. And it would be really heavy sometimes.
It is, right?
Or-
많이 다니까.
Yes. Even in high school when we graduated, we got like this gold plated of the year that we graduated high school. That would be on my keychain as well.
Wow, really interesting.
Yes,
but,
but
you're
not-
not doing now, right?
No. I don't have keys.
You don't heap. Oh, yeah. 그러니까 발전했으니까.
Yes.
그렇죠.
But on my backpack, there's nothing on it either.
Oh. 이제
Maybe-
트렌드가 아니라서 그런 건가요?
Or I'm just not trendy enough to have the plush toys like everyone is.
Yeah, so like they often reflect something about the person, as you said, what they like, their mood, or even their humor. And speaking of reflecting personality, did you know this isn't exactly a new trend?
It's not a new trend?
It's not a new trend.
What do you mean?
So back in the late 1990s in Korea, it was actually pretty popular to hang cute little items on your bag. 1990년대. So I remember watching 90s videos on social media with digital pets like Tamago-Teng. You know that, right?
I loved that. I had like 5 of them.
Like especially among students. 저도 있었어요. Me
I
too.
loved it.
유명했잖아요.
Of course.
Yeah.
If you didn't have it, something was wrong. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I did have 5 of those, and I remember I loved feeding it.
Yeah.
I loved cleaning up its poop. I loved everything about it. It was like my own little digital pet.
그렇죠. 신경 안 쓰면 죽나요?
Yes.
Yeah, they die, right? 그러니까.
But then you can just restart with that little button in the back of it, and then you have a new pet.
Yeah, right. And we often play 타마고땡 with our friends too.
Oh, really?
서로 구경하잖아요.
Ah, yes.
얼마나 키웠는지.
That's true too.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, ew, 왜 똥 안 치웠어? And I was like, oh, I have to do it.
Yeah. So 타마고땡, that could be a example.
Yes, that's true. It brings back memories. And I also think about phone straps. That was also used as bag straps. They could just hold it. And it's more like a comeback, I guess.
Exactly. Fashion always cycles back. Today's trend is like a modern remix, same vibe, but with updated characters, better materials, and social media behind it.
That's true. I feel like from our segment of the other side of the OTD, we've been seeing that every trend is a cycle. There's not really something that's new these days.
It's cycling.
Yes.
Every time.
And it's not random, right? There's a whole trend around this.
Right. This isn't just about cute accessories. It's often called the bag charmer plush charm trend. In Korea and elsewhere, people hang things like character dolls, crochet earrings, or soft plushies on their bags.
And is there an official name for this trend yet?
Some call it the dangling charm aesthetic core, even bag personalizing. In Korea, the term 가방 키링, bag kiring, is commonly used. In Japan, it's sometimes called ita bag, especially when covered in charms.
Ita bag. That sounds quite intense.
So it means, as far as I know, itai means ouch, 아파 in Japanese. So it means painful bag.
Oh, because we're adding too much stuff on our bag?
Yeah, 가방이 아파해요.
Oh,
그래서
no.
painful bag, 이타 bag이라고 써요.
So we do have a picture here on our YouTube live stream where we have lots of different key chains, and I feel like it looks like badges on it. So, every time we put a badge or something on it, it's pointy with the pin.
Yeah.
So I guess it does ita, like ouch.
Ouch.
It does hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my, look at all those.
Like overloaded.
Overloading on top of one another.
That's elementary school's bag, right?
I think so.
I mean, since becoming middle schoolers, we don't really do that.
Well, I did see yesterday as I was walking by, there were these 2 girls. They looked like middle high school girls. I think high school though. And they had that one plush. But the ones that we just saw on YouTube, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, tons of
But
it.
they just have one plushie. And it doesn't matter what gender. A boy has one on their bag and the girls also do too. It's just a thing.
Yeah,
that
just
everyone has.
interest, I guess, right? But the point is, people want to express their fandom, emotions, or identity through these charms.
And the bag becomes a little canvas for that, right? They're their own little artists and they can decorate it whichever way that they want.
그쵸, 도화지 같은 거죠. And like a walking bulletin board for your interest. Whether it's anime, pop culture, or your pet cat, there's a charm for that.
Interesting. So now let's quickly take a song break first. Here is Crush by Capri Everett and B. Martin.
Fell for your charm. Should've known that it was one of your moves. You played your cards. Never thought that you'd be playing me too. Broken hearted in my bedroom. Never thought I'd see the day I get over you. Life is crazy the way it moves. 'Cause I found somebody better to touch. I got a crush. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I found someone to give me the rush. I got a crush. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I found somebody better to touch. I got a crush.
I got a crush on you, babe. Crush on you, babe. I got a crush.
you. Life is crazy the way it moves, 'cause I found somebody better to touch. I got a crush. Ooh, yeah, I found someone to give me the rush. I got a crush. Ooh, yeah, I found somebody better to touch. I got a crush.
I got a crush on you, babe. Crush on you, babe. I got a crush. I got a crush on you, babe. Crush.
Yeah, I found somebody better to touch. I got a
And welcome back. You just listened to Crush by Capri Everett and B. Martin. And we're in the middle of our segment of The Other Side of OOTD with Steve. We were talking about key rings and keychains on our bags. So let's keep going. Let's talk about the culture and the psychological meaning behind it.
Yep. Previously, I talked about people want to express their fandom, emotions, or identity through these charms, right? So there's also a psychological layer to this. Professor Lee Ji-soo, a cultural psychologist at Yonsei University, mentioned in an interview that hanging plushies on a bag creates a portable comfort space in stressful urban life.
So it's also kind of like a security object?
Yeah, I think so, because it's soft, it's nostalgic, and it's non-threatening. For many people, especially after the pandemic, having something cute close by became soothing.
So this reminds me of how people started collecting cozy or cute items at home during lockdowns as well.
Yes, and that phenomenon actually did spread widely in many countries as well.
Interesting. So this is also very big in Korea right now, right?
Definitely. You can see it especially in areas like Hongdae, Seongsu, and even on university campuses. It's not just teens. It spans a wide age group now. And 부산 같은 경우, I think, like 광안리, I guess, and 해운대, though, or 서면.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when we think of Hongdae and Seongsu and university campuses, those are like the hip, cool areas, like the insider kind of thing.
그렇죠.
And so I guess that is also interesting. I also went to Haeundae Station, and you know how that there are so many different weekend markets there.
Yeah.
And I saw so many handmade keyring booths. Also in Marine City, they also have like a weekend flea market. They also sell lots of those plushies there also.
So that's a huge part of it, the local handmade feel. Professor Kang So-young from Ewha Women's University recently commented that in the post-pandemic era, consumers are drawn to emotionally engaging items. Bag charms give a sense of story and warmth in everyday life.
So it's not just a trend, but something more of a emotional connection then.
Yeah. And Korean influencers on social medias are helping drive this trend. There are entire videos where people show off their 가방 꾸미기, how they decorate and personalize their bags. Like YouTube에 What's in my bag.
Yes, what's in my
You saw
bag.
that, right? 그런 느낌인 것 같아요.
가방 꾸미기. And I do know that they also had 신발 꾸미기 before too.
Oh, really?
But I think that trend's a little bit over. But we would take our regular sneakers, then put ribbons on it and different types of things like that on it too. But I don't think people do it anymore. I think that was like last year.
Last year. But I think that's still a trend.
It is? Have you seen it?
Because my friends, they still doing that. With like a 나이 thing, the airport thing, the white one.
Yes.
They paint on it.
Oh, they paint on it.
Yeah, they paint on it.
Interesting. Oh, I also saw somewhere that they had seasonal charms too, like a pumpkin for the fall and flowers and clovers for the spring. It's like changing it with the weather also.
Exactly. And because Korea has such a strong culture of creation and seasonal trends, these charms are becoming part of a bigger fashion conversation. Not just what you wear, but how you style what you carry.
So in a way, it's kind of like a fashion micro trend with a personal meaning.
Yep.
Interesting. So then let's move on into why is this so popular right now then?
I told you this trend isn't entirely new, right?
Right.
But it's booming again. One reason is the need for personalization in an era where many things are mass-produced.
So if everyone's carrying the same tote or backpack, these little charms make it a bit unique. So we want to
Yes.
stand apart from everyone. Say that we all have like a regular black backpack. We want to 꾸며 it. We need to decorate it to show that this is my backpack. This is my style.
It's like 난 달라. 너네랑 달라.
하지만 똑같은 가방은 있어. But I'm still different. I'm still unique.
Yeah, and it's also a way to show belonging to a fandom, a subculture, or a mood. It's very big in Gen Z culture.
Do you think that social media plays a role in this also?
Definitely, such as Insta-땡, TikTeng. People show off their back setups just like OOTDs. There's even a tag in 샵 가방 꾸미기 that's trending.
Interesting. So let's talk about examples without some expressing names of certain places. Do you want to? So examples. What kind of charms are people using then?
What kind of charms?
Yes.
It's really hard to answer.
Really? For me, I feel like we've seen tiny animals, fruit shapes, cartoon characters, or even they have like plush versions of food. Like I saw one time at Hyundai Station also they're selling like avocado plushies or like 계란 plushies, like like the sunny side up 계란 or like 그냥 빵 plushie. They have like different food thing too.
But these days, when I go to like brand stores, they even give the plushies to people. 자기의 로고를 넣어서.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Aren't there also crocheted ones as well? Crocheted ones, like you can actually make it yourself.
Oh, yeah. Like once my girlfriend made it for me. 근데 되게 유니크한 것 같아요.
Really?
진짜 난 너랑 달라의 대명사인 것 같아요.
For me, I know that when I was teaching at the international school recently, it was a big trend to make these plush things. And they had to like, it was like a whole big wire of plush and they just like bended it and turned it around and made their own like bunny. And then they can just put it on their bag.
Oh, like the bunnies? Like, have you made it before?
No.
No.
So at that time I tried, but it didn't look like a bunny. It just looked like a ball with eyes on it. I didn't know what I was doing.
But I want to definitely try it out because after talking about this, 한번 진짜 시도해봐야 될 것 같아요.
Oh, yes.
다이땡에 가면 있지 않을까요?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. I think they also sell how to make it, like little packages on like the internet.
Oh, like DIY videos?
Yeah.
Or DIY store?
They
I
have
guess
a lot
like tons of
those.
it there.
If
right?
you had to choose, what type of plush would you want to put on your bag? Or
I really love motorcycle. So I guess I want to buy a model that really looks similar to my motorcycle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would it be like a plush and like, you know, soft, or would you want like the metal type of like mini car?
Oh, definitely metal.
Red. Why do you want the metal one?
I don't know. I just want to look tough.
Yeah. I just want to look tough. Oh my goodness. So let's go to the last part here. Do you think that this is going to be a long-term trend?
I think, kind of it's booming again, right? So I think it's not just talking about the Gen Z, but also MZ too, above that too. So it's coming back. You talked about this, like it's cycling again, right? So I think it's going to be a huge trend again for this year.
Like charms with your initials or your own artwork, some people will definitely like this. And before we end the show for today, I wanted to ask you our question of the day and text topic. It's about multitasking today.
Oh.
Do you think you're good at multitasking or not so good at multitasking?
I'm kind of in the middle.
Middle.
Yeah, like because when I read books or when I work, I always turn on my lo-fi music. And also, I do check my phone and send messages, and I get right back into my work.
Oh.
So I think I'm kind of good at multitasking.
Oh.
Yeah. But they say multitasking is not good.
Yeah, they say that you need 23 minutes to focus back into what you were doing before.
I gotta reduce that.
I think for me too, if I'm reading a book and I had to check something on my phone, I'd be like, what was I reading again? And I have to read that page before all over again.
I can relate to that.
Right? Oh man. So we just talked about a lot of different things with plush toy charms and different types of things of 가방 꾸미기. And you know, I had lots of fun today.
Yeah, me too. And guys, bags are no longer just practical, they're personal space now.
Yes, and that is a wrap for our segment for today. Thank you so much for coming in, Steve.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you next week. And everyone, that is the end of our first hour. Here's another song titled Easy by Sasha.
No, it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I done all I can. You see, I beg, stole, and I borrow. Yeah. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. That's why I'm easy. Yeah. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? I paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. That's why I'm easy. Yeah. Easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know the things I do alright. I wanna be free, just me, yeah. Do it. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm easy. Yeah. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. So easy.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구 도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다 축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Morning Wave in Busan. Do you turn into a hideous monster every time you're behind the wheel? Feeling a little guilty? Well, Busan drivers ranked the lowest in a national survey for driving behavior. But if we practice good driving etiquette, we can all become gentler beings. Here are two things to keep in mind. First up, when you're changing lanes, make sure to use your blinker. And second, although I do love getting text messages from all of you, don't text and drive. That's a no-no. Good driving etiquette equals safety for all. This campaign is brought to you by Morning Wave in Busan on BEFM. Oh, by the way, tune in to Morning Wave in Busan to get real-time traffic updates. You know your morning commute's better with me, Kat.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
I'd give you all my heart, I'd give you all my soul, I'd give you every word till my last breath runs cold. Baby, you were my first, you'll always be my last. You taught me how to leave all my fears in the past. I lost every piece of me, forever searching for love. I was lonely, I was hurting, I could give up. Had an ache inside, the darkness in my eyes. But oh my darling, you came along and know you made my heart a home. You lit a flame inside of me right to my bones. Baby, you're the reason that I won't stop believing. Your kind of love is more than just a feeling. Before you walked into my life, I was a shell. Was half a man, I didn't recognize myself. Baby, you're the reason that I won't stop believing. Your kind of love is more than just a feeling. Why did it take so long to find, oh darling, I beg that you don't break my heart into the night. There's no deja vu, babe, when I'm with you. I've never felt this way before. You came along and know you made my heart a home. You lit a flame inside of me right to my bones. Baby, you're the reason that I won't stop believing. Your kind of love is more than just a feeling. Before you walked into my life, I was a shell. Was half a man, I didn't recognize myself. Baby, you're the reason that I won't stop believing. Your kind of love is more than just a feeling. Your kind of love is more than just a feeling. You came along and know you made my heart a home. You lit a flame inside of me right to my bones. Baby, you're the reason that I won't stop believing. Your kind of love is more than just a feeling. Before you walked into my life, I was a shell. Was half a man, I didn't recognize myself. Baby, you're the reason that I won't stop believing. Your kind of love is more than just a feeling.
just heard More Than a Feeling by Declan J. Donovan. More Than a Feeling is a poignant ballad that delves into the depths of love and emotional connection. The lyrics express a profound bond that transcends mere words, highlighting how a significant other can bring warmth and meaning to one's life. The song resonates with listeners who have experienced the transformative power of love. Declan J. Donovan is a British singer-songwriter known for his emotive lyrics and heartfelt melodies. He gained recognition with his debut single Fallen So Young and has since continued to captivate audiences with his soulful music. And again, you just listened to More Than a Feeling by Declan J. Donovan. Hello everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Monday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM if you're a mate in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello. And now it is 1:04 in the afternoon. And now it's time for our number 2. We're going to start off with today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After that, we'll have Byte-sized banter, a daily dose of light-hearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. And after that, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And lastly, on this lovely Monday, we'll have our segment of Change Up, where we practice expressing one ideas in countless different ways. It's a fun and effective way to sharpen your skills. And now, our question of the day and text topic. It is multitasking. Are you a natural-born plate spinner? Meaning, are you very good at multitasking? Or do you tend to drop all the balls? Meaning, are you not good at multitasking? And why? 나는 멀티태스킹 체질이다 vs 아니다. 그리고 그 이유는 무엇인가요? And I have an answer here from 만학도 영어님 saying, hello. It's been a while, but I'm listening to Midday Mate starting from part 1 today. Hello, good. Thank you, 만학도 영어님, for coming in. And she continues by saying, I'm more of a multitasking person. I always combine something that requires focus with something that doesn't need much attention. So that's very smart. Something that needs attention and something that doesn't really need attention, to multitask between those two items. And she continues, like listening to Midday Mate while eating, or listening to For Your Busan while walking, or leaving comments during the song break, and so on. So yes, that is also very good at multitasking too, to listen and walk on the street, or to listen and also leave some comments. That's also very nice. Thank you so much, 만학도 영어님. And I have another answer here from Juliet-님 saying, I'm somewhere in between. Seems like I'm good at multitasking, such as checking and listening to BEFM and studying, but I also find myself focusing on one thing at a time, seemingly multitasking. Yes, it is often true. We often think that we're multitasking and, spreading out everything so nice and smoothly and that we can do everything at once, but we do catch ourselves. We are focusing on one thing more than the other. And I think what Juliet-님 and 만학도 영어님 said is quite true. We tend to put our attention on something that requires more attention, and then for the little things, we can multitask on the side for a little bit. So yes, thank you for your answers. And if you do have an answer, go ahead and send it in. Text in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us as a Kakao friend and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with today's quote after the song. Here is Dance With Me by Tom Gregory.
But I don't need it. My favorite thing, my biggest weakness, in front of me, but I don't see it. Till I lost it all, I lost it all, I lost all my brothers, all my friends. They all tried, it didn't help. When it gets dark and no one's left. Now you say, just dance with me. You, me, and the melody goes la, 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 la. Ay, 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 hey. Just dance with me. You, me, my insanity goes la, 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 la. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, ooh, ay, ay, ay. Ooh, I carry all my biggest secrets. It's hard to lift a heart that's made from stone. So take it all, 'cause I don't need it. Go take it all, go take it all, go take it. All my brothers, all my friends, they all try, but no, you say, just dance with me. You, me, and the melody goes la, 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 la. Ay, 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 hey. Just dance with me. You, me, my insanity goes la, 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 la. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, ooh, ay, ay, ay. Ooh, ooh, ay, 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 ay. Just dance with me. You, me, and the melody goes la, 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 la. Ay, 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 ay.
And you just listened to Dance With Me by Tom Gregory, and now it's time for today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And here is today's quote. To do two things at once is to do neither. To do two things at once is to do neither. 한 번에 두 가지를 하면 둘 다 못합니다. Now, in our always-on world, multitasking's allure is quite strong. We think we're efficient juggling tasks, but what if this badge of honor means we're actually achieving less and poorly? Think. Listening while emailing. Are you truly absorbing their words? Crafting a good email? Probably not. Your attention is divided. Focus is fractured and you're fitting between tasks, never fully engaged. It's like two blurry photos from two unfocused cameras. Our brains with limited cognitive resources suffer similarly when attention is split. Research shows multitasking increases errors, decreases productivity, and then raises stress. What we call multitasking is often rapid task switching, as we mentioned in Listomania today, a mentally costly gear shift. Why the draw despite this, though? Maybe the illusion of productivity, the fear of missing out, or ingrained habit. It's just out of habit that we choose to multitask. But consider, to do two things at once is to do neither. Maybe there's benefit in slowing down, fully focusing, truly listen, and give undivided attention to work. It might feel slow, but by focusing, we often achieve more and better. We reduce errors, understand more deeply, and find more peace at hand. So when juggling tasks, ask yourself, am I achieving more or diluting my efforts? Maybe doing less at once is the key. And you know, I've definitely felt this in my own life. There have been times when I tried to prepare for a show while replying to texts or checking emails and later realized I didn't do either task well at all. The message I sent was sloppy and I had to go back and fix my notes anyway. It felt like I was busy, but not productive. And that is a big thing. To feel that you're busy, that you're doing task A, B, and C. But really, are you being productive and finishing A, B, and C? Or are you just doing a little bit at a time and not really getting anywhere? It's up to you. That moment of clarity hit when I gave just one task my full attention, and it was done faster with much better quality. So today's quote, it reminds me that doing one thing at a time isn't laziness, right? So having to do one thing, only write an email without having to do other things. It's not that I'm lazy or anything. It's just that I'm choosing to be focused on one thing and it's intentional. It's choosing to be present whether I'm working, having a conversation, or just enjoying a quiet moment. Because don't you have sometimes when you're having a conversation with someone and you're thinking about something else and you're kind of like, why? What did you just say? I was thinking about something else. But really, that's not very nice either, right? We have to give our full attention to one thing in order to fully understand everything there. So now I try to catch myself when I'm tempted to multitask. And instead, I take a breath, slow down, and focus. It really does bring a bit more peace, more presence, and honestly, a better result in the end. So, what are we trying to say? Our quote for today, to do two things at once is to do neither. Basically, this is saying multitasking, the end result is that you get neither of your work done. So it's better not to even multitask at all. Again, in the Korean, it is 한 번에 두 가지를 하면 둘 다 못합니다. And that was today's quote. And now let's take a song break. Here is Happy Together by the Turtles.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, lose my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you, and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. So happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together. We're happy together. So happy together.
And welcome back, everyone. You're listening to the awesome show of Midday Mate. And now it's time for the awesome segment of Byte-sized banter.
Monday banter.
Monday banter.
Monday banter. You survived the weekend?
Yes, I did. It was lovely.
All right.
What about you?
Not bad. I don't know, for our listeners who may have tuned in on Friday, we were talking about, detaching from digital things. Mm-hmm. And it was hilarious because I told my kids, I said, hey, we're doing a challenge this weekend. No tablets, no TVs, no computers, no nothing. And then my phone rang, and they're like, Dad, you lose. I'm like, challenge over. But it was like, we tried to go a little minimalistic for the weekend.
Nice.
But it was all right. Just get outside and do stuff. Usually, if you keep yourself busy, you don't want to be having something like that in your hand anyway. But
that's true.
The one thing I did notice, and I was thinking how you were talking about, for the camera, that is, we're really dependent on that.
We are.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was last week.
Yes.
But what are we talking about today?
All right. So I did mention survival. That does play into today's question. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a question that has stood the test of time, meaning that it's been asked forever. All right. So if you were shipwrecked, so you're out in the ocean and your ship is going down, your boat, your sailboat, your dinghy, whatever you're in is going down, and you have a bag. You can only fit 3 items in the bag, and you can swim to the island. What are you taking? There's an island close by. You can get there real quick. What 3 items are you taking?
Does this island have technology or Wi-Fi?
No.
Okay,
no.
so phone's useless.
Well, these days, is it really?
I don't know. I think
you could bring that technology with you.
Oh.
So, or if you were like in a plane and you parachuted down, you had to live there for, let's say you were going to be there for a year. Or no more than a year, you might be rescued beforehand.
Okay. First, the
What would you
Korean.
bring? Yes, the Korean.
무인도에 가져가고 싶은 것 3가지는 무엇인가요?
Yes.
3 things.
3 things. Now, like on the island, there's trees. You could build a shelter. There is water, but you might need to make sure it's clean. All right. There's plenty of like fruit trees or like coconuts and these kind of things. It's tropical.
Okay.
So those kind of things. But with that comes possibility of little critters or creatures. Yeah.
And we talked about this before. You and I are both Survivor fans.
Yes.
And so, I already know my 3.
Oh, I love this.
I was going to go really difficult and, creative with it. But if I needed to survive
My hairbrush, my mirror, and my cat.
Oh, my cat.
Yeah, there you go.
No, my 3 for surviving a year would be...
Let's go back and forth.
Okay.
A 1 and 1 and 1. So you start.
a knife.
A knife, okay.
Would
Now,
you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with an axe. Like a smaller, like a hatchet.
Okay.
So for listeners, like an axe is typically like a long handle for splitting all kinds of wood, where a hatchet is like a little bit shorter handle and the head is a little bit smaller, but that's what I would go with.
Okay, wait, then I'm not talking about like a steak knife or like a kitchen knife. I'm talking about like a mini machete.
You mean like Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah.
That. Yeah. Okay, sure.
Like a big pocket knife.
Yeah, well, how big are your pockets?
Big.
No, all right, okay. All that
Okay.
money.
So I would have a knife and you would have an axe.
An axe or a hatchet. Yeah, sure.
And I would take, I feel like you're not going to take this with you because you're more capable than I am, but I would take flint.
Flint? No, I think that's, I would, if I was on a plane or a boat or something that was going down, typically there would be, someone would have a lighter, so I would snag that. But yeah, flint or is it magnesium or whatever, the other stuff you shave on and then you hit it with the flint? Mm-hmm. One of those things, yes.
Okay.
I would definitely take that, 100%.
Because, lots of people out there, they're, capable and they can make a fire without
Sure.
a flint, but I think that would just take way too long and I
Yeah.
would need the extra help.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought of 4 things.
All right, let's extend it to 4.
Okay. Woo! And then the next one would be a pot.
Oh my goodness, are we in each other's heads here?
Really?
Yeah. Because for me, I'm not taking a water purifier,
Right.
or something like that. So I'm gonna boil the water,
Exactly.
and then you can clean it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's maybe Petey and them will know. There's the Korean. There's a survival show. I forget the actor's name.
He was a comedian
He's
originally.
like a gag man kind of thing. Yeah.
Kim Byung-man.
Yeah, Kim Man, it's great, like Survival Man or whatever his name is, right? Like he's always at it. And at first, I really feel like when he was going on those shows and he was bringing other celebrities with him, it was pretty good. I think at first it was really comedic, like it. A lot of people didn't take it seriously. But then I think I used to watch it a lot with my wife, and I found that then it seemed like he got into it,
Right.
and wanted to learn more about it. And then when other celebrities would come out, he would call them out on stuff and be like, hey, stop being a baby. Pick that thing up and rip it apart or do this, right? Like, that was great. So yeah, I would definitely, something to cut something with. So I'm going to take an axe or a hatchet. As you said, a flint, and then some kind of pot. Because a pot, if you have they're very durable.
Right.
They'll last probably longer than you'll last, and you'll need it for so many different things. If you want to boil water, if you catch fish and you want to cook it, you put it in that, or you just put the fish over the fire or something like that. But yeah, what's your fourth thing? Because you're going 4.
My fourth thing, and this is inspired from the TV show Survivor.
All right.
And what do they give you? They give you tarp.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't want a tent.
No, I don't need a tent, I think. I think I would want to build it.
Okay.
Build my shelter.
All right.
But I would want like tarp to, cover the ground for the bugs. What if there are red ants there? And I need something to cover the ground so I can lay on it. But I wouldn't want to take a blanket because if it rains, then it could get soaked and it'll take forever to dry. But tarp, you just kind of wipe it off.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to put the tarp over top.
Oh, both. It's 'cause
you get many tarps.
my tarp is really long.
So you cut it in half.
Yeah.
See, for me, what I would have done for the ground is just taken the fire, a big log, and then burnt the ground, and it'll get rid of all the bugs.
Oh,
There you go.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Very nice.
Or there's certain flowers or trees, if you grind them up and put them around, it'll get rid of them.
Oh, like a pesticide.
Yeah, a natural pesticide. Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't know what it is, but yeah, right? Maybe something like that. But yeah, I think for my fourth thing, it would be something along those same lines. Because obviously, if I'm getting dropped there, I have clothing on my back, right? And shoes on my feet, hopefully. And then over time, if those clothes kind of, wear and tear, I'll try to make something with whatever's in the bush. But yeah, I think it'll be all right. Would there be anything you'd be afraid of?
Wild animals.
Like
Snakes.
So the smaller things.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and bears.
On a deserted island?
I don't know. What's there?
I don't. Yeah, snakes. I think snakes would be your biggest.
Snakes and red ants.
Red ants. I hate ants.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Because they bite you.
Sure.
And it stinks.
Yeah. Like my children. And they stink. No,
Okay, so listeners, what 3 items or 4, since we cheated, we'll let you cheat too. What 3 items or 4 would you bring with you to a deserted island in order to survive?
yeah.
I know some people are like, I'm going to bring a book so I can read. No, we need to survive.
Yeah. I can burn that book.
Oh.
Thanks for the kindling. It's all right. All right. So yeah, let us know if we missed something, or if you're going to go the technology way and you're going to have a solar powered, satellite something. I don't know. Yeah, you could charge your devices.
That's true.
Solar power. But you won't get any updates.
No,
There
sirree.
you go.
So go ahead and let us know what you would bring. And Andrew, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
And that was our segment for Byte-sized banter today. Again, the question is, what 3 items would you bring with you on a deserted island? So I do have a few answers. I have one from Chae-Sung-nim saying, for me, instant noodles, a lighter, and a blanket. And why did I not think of instant noodles? That would have been perfect. I would bring 1,000 of them. Because that way I can definitely have something to eat. And they don't go bad for a while. So thank you for your answer, Chae-sung-님. And I have another answer here from Manakdo Yongah-님 saying, wow, Kimberly, you're thinking exactly the same as me. I was also thinking of a knife, a lighter, and a pot. Those three things. Yes. I feel like those three things are like the most essential things that you need, right? Especially a pot, because say I catch some food, I get some water, but what am I going to do with it if I don't have a pot? And I have another answer here from Juliet Neem saying, I think I said gun, some chocolate, and coffee. And Juliet Neem saying that there was a little bit of deja vu. We may have had this question with Nick when I was doing Byte-sized banter and he was doing Midday Mate. That may have been why this may be a little bit of deja vu. But yes, thank you again for your answer, Juliet Neem. Juliet Neem also said, just in case if I ran into some cannibals back then. So yes, need some weapons to survive. And we have another answer here from Poneem. Hello, Poneem, saying, my mom, dad, and sister. I think if I went with family, I'd feel more motivated to survive. Poneem just like translated and understood this question in a totally different level. So instead of items to bring with you, Poneem instead said people. That'd be also great. Mom, dad, and sister. Then I wouldn't have to be surviving all on my own. I can depend on some other people to get some stuff. Very nice. I also have another answer here from Benny Neem saying, 3 items will be glasses, a whistle, and sunblock. Yes. Sunblock is very essential because we don't want to burn the whole time we're there, because I tan and burn at the same time, so maybe sunblock is also something that I would like to sneak in there. And also, I have another answer from Drift Monkey Neem. Hello, Drift Monkey Neem. First of all, asking us a question, is it a given that we have our phones on us? Sure, maybe you snuck it in as well. So Drift Monkey Neem saying a Starlink, a solar-powered charger. Oh, a solar-powered charger, that'd be also very nice. And a pan. So not a pot, but a pan. Very good. And sure, Drift Monkey Neem, why don't you just use your phone? It's okay. It's our own little bite-sized banter world. We can make up the rules ourselves. So everyone, thank you so much for all of your answers. That was a fun little bite-sized banter segment with what 3 items would you bring if you were on a deserted island? So now let's take a song break. Here is Monday Monday by TV Girl and George Clanton.
Monday,
And that was Monday Monday by TV Girl and George Clanton. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And this week, we're going to learn expressions from the TV sitcom The Office. So, have you heard of this TV series before, The Office? There are so many different seasons of it, and I also did not get to watch all of the episodes, but they are quite funny because it shows you kind of like the humor behind of the workplace in an American office. So, in this episode titled Angry Andy, the Dunder Mifflin staff is stuck indoors on a gloomy and stormy day. As the rain pours down, Phyllis, as pictured here, is stuck and rattling about the usual rainy day phrases. So she has these phrases that she always says when it's raining. In the office, everyone else is trying to check them off, see if she's going to say all of them. But so you've heard them 100 times, but now instead of rolling their eyes, the rest of the office, led by Jim, decides to have a little fun with it. They create a game where everyone marks off each cliche she says. If she hits them all before noon at 12 o'clock, the reward is hot chocolate for the whole team. It's one of those small but hilarious office bonding moments that shows how even a dreary day can turn into something memorable. And although we have beautiful weather here in Busan, let's just pretend that it was rewind back to Friday when we had that rain, and let's get into it. So again, the scene background for this is where Phyllis is walking into the office slightly drenched from the outdoor rain, and her umbrella is dripping wet. She shrugs off her coat and casually says, it's raining cats and dogs out there. Without missing a beat. She says it all the time. Her coworkers pause, exchange glances, and silently tick off the bingo card. They're like, she said it. Let's mark it off. The game goes on, and Phyllis, completely unaware of what's happening with her coworkers, continues delivering her one-line weather lines there. So for today, we're going to go over something that Juliet Neem had already guessed, because we gave you the URL and the website, or the website for our clip for today. And Juliet Neem said, cats and dogs outside, and bingo! That is our phrase for today. It's raining cats and dogs. This is a popular English idiom used to describe very heavy rain. And of course, no actual animals are flying from the sky. It's just a colorful way to say that the rain is really intense. And Juliet Neem in our YouTube live stream said it perfectly, saying, it was raining cats and dogs outside last Friday. And yes, indeed, it was. I got drenched from the rain. So let's go over this phrase here. This expression is totally informal, often used with a touch of humor or exaggeration. It's great for a conversation, especially when you want to add a bit of character or emotion to your description. We don't want to just say, it's raining so much outside. Instead, let's make our speech a little bit more fun and say, it's raining cats and dogs outside, meaning it's raining a lot. The exact origin of this idiom is quite unclear, though. Some believe that it dates back to the 17th or 18th century, and one theory is that in Old England, heavy rainstorms would cause debris, including stray animals, to wash through the streets, creating an impression of chaos, hence the cats and dogs. Another theory links to the Greek expression of kata doxa, meaning contrary to expectation. So, how can we say this expression in real life? Here are some examples for our daily life here. You can say, hey, don't forget your boots. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Meaning, don't wear your regular sneakers because you're going to have wet, soggy shoes. So instead, wear your rain boots. Or you can say, the concert got canceled because it was raining cats and dogs all afternoon. Meaning the concert that was maybe outside at a venue got canceled because of too much rain. Or you can say, I stepped outside for 1 minute and now I'm soaked. It's seriously raining cats and dogs. Again, Don't worry, no cats and no animals are coming down from the sky. It's just saying that it's raining a lot. So, this idiom works well in casual conversations and can bring a playful tone to an otherwise dreary topic of the rainy weather. So, do you use any funny or dramatic expressions when the weather turns bad? Maybe you've got your own version of raining cats and dogs. What do people say about heavy rain here in Korea? What do they say? Do they say, 고양이하고 강아지가 하늘에서 떨어져? I don't think so. Share your weather idioms. The more creative, the better. So again, as a closing, rainy days may be gray, but language brings them to life. From silly sayings to old school idioms, expressions like raining cats and dogs add a little flair to our conversations and remind us how fun words can be. Whether you're playing bingo like Jim or just watching the storm from your window, there's always something a good idiom can add to that moment. Just ask Phyllis because she's got a whole storm's worth of them, and that's what we're going to be looking at this week. And that was our segment for Don't Make a Scene. It's raining cats and dogs out there, but not today because the sun is shining so nice and brightly for us. With that, let's take a song break, everyone. Here is Walkman by Stella Chang.
He walks.
이대세라는 25th century 줄 이어폰을 꽂으니 옛날 사람 따로 없지 But I like it better like this Ay, time flies 매일 더 빠르지 그럴수록 더욱 천천히 여유롭게 머무르기 Yeah, I like it better like this Side A Play 버튼을 눌러 Tracks waiting in line Side B 뒤집어 다시 듣고 싶은 노래 rewind 걸음은 조급하지 않게 늦은 건 없어 내 페이스로 갈게 이건 한 번 더 들어야 돼 다시 듣고 싶은 노래 rewind He walks, he walks, he walks, he walks My Walkman walking My Walkman walking Oh, he walks, he walks, he walks, he walks My Walkman walking My Walkman walking 탁 트인 하늘을 들이마셔 두 눈으로 담아내 horizon 불어오는 산들 바람 들려오는 background music Your love's put me on the top of the world Play 버튼을 눌러 tracks waiting in line 뒤집어 다시 듣고 싶은 노래 rewind 같이 걸어가 줄래 내 발의 속도 맞춰줄래 에이 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 다시 듣고 싶은 노래 rewind He walks, he walks, he walks, he walks My Walkman walking My Walkman walking Ooh, he walks, he walks, he walks, he walks My Walkman walking My Walkman walking but goodies 난 이런 걸 좋아하지 Someone told me I was old-fashioned 반박할 수 없지 그래서 조금 분하지만 뭐 Like it better like this He walks, he walks, he walks My Walkman walking My Walkman walking My Walkman walking Walkman walking He walks, he walks, he walks, he walks My Walkman walking My Walkman walking
And welcome back. You just listened to Walkman by Stella Chang. And now it's time for Change Up, where we practice expressing one idea in countless different ways. It's a fun and effective way to sharpen your skills. So up first, our original sentence for today, what we're going to be changing up, it is, focusing on one task at a time is more efficient than multitasking. Focusing on one task at a time is more efficient than multitasking. So let's change it up. And the first way we're going to change it up is tackling one task with full focus is more efficient than multitasking. Here, for the grammar, we use tackling instead of focusing, adding the modifier with full focus, which intensifies the idea. This is slightly more active and determined, where tackling implies effort and purpose. We're tackling on this. Up at number 2, we have single tasking is more effective than trying to multitask. Single tasking is more effective than trying to multitask. Here, it turns the idea into a noun comparison, where it is single tasking versus trying to multitask. And what this does is it makes the tone more casual and modern, with a hint of informality due to trying to. So we're not tackling it, we're trying to. So it's very different here. Up at number 3, we have doing one thing at a time is more productive than multitasking. Doing one thing at a time is more productive than multitasking. Here we replace task with thing. So instead of saying a task and replacing it with the word thing, this creates a more general and conversational tone and uses the word productive instead of efficient. So here it's more relaxed and informal. Doing one thing sounds simpler and more of an everyday type of tone where we can speak. Up at number 4, we have focusing solely on one task outperforms multitasking in efficiency. So this sentence is quite different from our original. Focusing solely on one task outperforms multitasking in efficiency. So this one uses the word outperforms as a verb and adds inefficiency at the end of the sentence. So this sentence is a lot more formal and analytical with the performance-based type of framing here. So that one sounds like you're super smart if you were to say that sentence. Up at number 5, we have working on a single task is more efficient than handling several at once. Working on a single task is more efficient than handling several at once. This changes both parts of the comparison to action phrases. So we're changing it working on versus handling several. We have our present progressive verb here with the working with the ing and the handling with the ing. And this tone is a bit more balanced. Handling several at once softens the critique of multitasking. So we're handling them. We're taking care of it, several at once. And our last sentence for change up today is prioritizing one task at a time leads to greater efficiency than multitasking. Prioritizing one task at a time leads to greater efficiency than multitasking. Here it shifts the structure to a cause-effect sentence. It leads to greater efficiency. This tone is slightly motivational and instructive here, emphasizing the intentional action of prioritizing. And it's saying that this is better than that, which is the multitasking. So we had it 6 different ways for our original sentence of focusing on one task at a time is more efficient than multitasking. And even though we did change a few words and played around with the sentence structure, all the 6 ways that we changed it does have the same meaning at the end of the day. Again, focusing on one task at a time is more efficient than multitasking. And that's the end of our segment for Change Up, and let's listen to a song. Here is You and Me by Lifehouse.
What day is it? And in what month? This clock never seems so alive. I can't keep up, and I can't back down. I've been losing so much time. 'Cause there's you and me, and all other people with nothing to do, nothing to lose. And it's you and me, and all other people, and I don't know why I can't keep my eyes off of you. One of the things that I wanna say just aren't coming out right. I'm tripping on words, you got my head spinning. I don't know where to go from here. 'Cause there's you and me, and all other people with nothing to do, nothing to prove. And that's you and me, and all other people, and I don't know why I can't keep my eyes off of you. Something about you now I can't quite figure out. Everything she does is beautiful. Everything she does is right. 'Cause there's you and me, and all other people with nothing to do, nothing to lose. And there's you and me, and all other people, and I don't know why I can't keep my eyes off of you and me, and all other people, nothing to do, nothing to prove. And it's you and me, and all other people, and I don't know why I can't keep my eyes off of you. What day is it? And in what month? This clock never seems so alive.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to You and Me by Lifehouse. And we are towards the end of the show already. Can you believe it? The Monday has gone by so quickly. And our question of the day and text topic, it is multitasking. Are you a natural-born plate spinner, meaning are you really good at multitasking? Or do you tend to drop all the balls, meaning you're not so good at it? And why? 나는 멀티태스킹 체질이다 vs 아니다. 그 이유는? And I have an answer here from 상윤님. Hello, 상윤님. Saying, I would love to do single tasking all the time. In generally competitive office environment, unfortunately, we keep receiving more balls until we start to drop them, maximizing output per employee. Sad face. Yes, isn't that sad? We do often get, bombarded with so many different tasks to do at work where we have to sometimes result into having to multitask a few times throughout the day. But we would like to single task. But thank you again so much for your answer, Sang-Yun-nim. And yes, I hope that all of our listeners were able to learn the difference between multitasking and single tasking and what that actually is for us. So it is almost 1:54 in the afternoon, and it is time to wrap up the show. I've been your host, Kimberly, and here is our last song of Thriller by For Stella. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!
almost stopped your heart. You tried to scream, but then it takes two songs before you make it. You start to freeze as honor looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast of bomb strike. You know it's thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight.
You hear the door slam, realize there's nowhere left to run.
You feel the cold hand and wonder if you ever see the sun.
You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination.
But all the while, you hear a creature creeping up behind. You're out of time, 'cause this is thriller night.
There ain't no second chance against the thing with 40 eyes, girl.
Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller. My creature's calling the death, start to work in the masquerade. There's no escaping the jaws of the alien this time. This is the end of your life.
The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and crazy goes from every tomb.
We are the forest alive. This is thriller night, 'cause I can feel the moon and it goes to never dead time. Thriller night. So let me hold you tight and share the killer thriller night. 'Cause this is thriller night. Girl, I can thrill you more than any goals will never dead time. Thriller night.
So let me hold you tight and shine up, killer, thriller.
I'm gonna